Hi, everybody. This is the Lucky TJ at Discover the I Am Within You to Improve Your Life. Ah, beautiful day today. You know, every day can be beautiful if you choose to see that. So, technically, I wish I could move the camera, but I can't really. It's a cloudy, rainy Saturday morning, afternoon, and sometimes I might have seen it in the past as like, oh, it's gloomy. And honestly, it's been raining so much, and it's June 2nd, that literally I was out yesterday and somebody was saying, it's just too much, like too much rain. It's just been raining here. This is the first time ever that I've seen May and June be uh, uh, like be rainy and wet, like for days at a time. We had record breaking flooding again, and that just destroyed Ellicott City, which is a town near me. So it was like they called 2016, when they flooded out, that they had a 1,000 year flood, as though it was never going to happen again. It could only happen every 1,000 years, but unfortunately, um, it happened again. What was it? I don't know if it's been a full 2 weeks. It's more than a week ago. But what I want to talk about today is the power to see what we want to see. And I'm not saying bury your head in the sand. Please don't get the wrong idea. But I do know that there are times that I catch myself that I am not really looking and I'm not really seeing, like what's there, especially when there is good to be seen. For example, um, about 10 minutes ago, no, I would say maybe actually longer than that. Let's say 20 minutes ago, I was checking my other YouTube channel. It's called Living Metaphysically, where I talk about crypto, et cetera, et cetera. And there was a company that was, I was part of a company. Many people were part of a company, and the company is like gone. Anyway, I accidentally made a tiny, it looks like it was like a minute video I was testing yesterday, and I use with OBS Studio to record these videos. So anyway, there's the buttons are that I could have start recording or start streaming, and they're right beside each other. So I was testing and I accidentally hit the streaming, and the streaming is set to automatically send a video up to YouTube, which I very rarely do. And what's really funny is that there's a template that it made that said BitConnect. BitConnect introduces a smart card. So I don't know exactly how it happened, but it was just really funny because when I was checking my channel, it had like 21, I think it was 21 or 25 views. It was really funny. Like that's like I've been putting a bunch of new videos up on that channel because I'm marketing a new venture that I'm in, and there's a system that can be duplicated, and I'm doing the system, and you posting videos. But the funniest part is that because I've only posted a few videos, I had like 5 views, 1, 2 views on some of the other ones, but this particular one that was like untrue and just a mistake had 25 or 21 views, whatever. I erased it or deleted it actually. But the funny part is that it was on my mind that I had made this mistake. That someone had written a comment. The only reason why I even knew that it was there was because I was looking at the comments, and the person said, "Are you still promoting BitConnect? Ma'am, it's not there anymore." And I just thought that was very funny. But then I started thinking of like, will people start, so then my mind started working and saying, oh, are they going to think I'm stupid? Are they going to like think that they can't trust me? Blah, 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 all these things. And you know what's funny about the mind chatter? Mind chatter is just, idle chatter until a person lets that chatter affect them. Like when I start feeling like whatever feelings, like for example, if I start feeling like ashamed or angry or frustrated or scared, or that, that people are going to think this, or for whatever reason I start thinking all these things, that's when all of a sudden now I've created unhappy states. So what I decided to do was to stop that and go into my room next door where I have a chair near the window. And as I was getting ready to meditate really, but as I was looking out the window, there was a bird like at a branch that's like I guess about 6 or 7 feet, um, and that bird was just sitting there and it was making little noise and it was doing things, it was moving around, and I looked and I watched that bird and I felt so grateful that I could be so close to this bird and all the birds that are outside my windows that are chirping and making sounds, and I appreciate the green, outside of the grass and the trees and the, just the landscape that's there. I started thinking about, and I could feel myself calming down, just calm, to where I was in touch with that it was good, like I could see the good, like in the bird. So the more I focused on seeing the good of life, just to be present in the present moment, like experiencing my life as good, because I was thinking about, my life is good. I have a really, 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 really good life. I have my family, friends, people who love me, people who call me, people who support me. I get along with people really well. I have a lot of tools to use. Like if I, for some reason, do offend someone, I know how to go to them and ask for an apology or write an apology or whatever. Um, you know, I have money. I have a mechanic who's works on my car. I just love him. It's just like I have people that my life, when I look at my overall life, the fact that I'm here engaging in things. I'm getting ready to go to my niece's graduation. My sister took me to go pick up my car from the mechanic. My nephew was there. I have friends who share with me whatever things that they're working on. I have, and how they're processing their life and making it through and living and having things, like be happy. Or when they're not happy, we're sharing the rollout of our lives. I have food. I went to the farmer's market today, and I was so grateful to listen to my spirit, because when I got up, I actually woke up really late. And I do a couple things in the morning, like I do my spiritual practices, but I did not meditate for long. And I also didn't write I've been doing a 30-day gratitude, prosperity, well, not only prosperity, but it's like a gratitude thing. And also the intentional life creation. But it's a writing exercise, so I just finished that because I hadn't done it earlier. But what I'm saying is that, my day can start and I might get waylaid, but when I went with this morning, when I saw that it was late and I started thinking, oh, it's something I wanted to do, I realized I wanted to go to the farmer's market. And then I looked on the internet and I could see that they closed at 12, so it was already like 10:30 or so. And I thought, oh, okay, well, darn, I need to do my other stuff. But something just told me, go over there to the farmer's market. So I really wanted to get some of this really great mushroom soup that they make. And when I got there, the mushroom soup wasn't there, what wasn't there hot. Normally, well, not normally, but last time I was there, a couple times I've been there, they had like the hot soup, and it's this great soup. And so I went around the farmer's market. I bought apples. I bought a type of apple I'd never eaten before, and I bought a falafel wrap, and that was really great. I bought some drinks that I hadn't had before, and on my way out of the farmer's market, so I had a half hour, and when I left, like I walked by that Hungarian, well, they had this Hungarian mushroom soup at the mushroom place, and I asked one of the guys there, like, when are they gonna have hot soup anymore? And the guy was like, no. And another dude was standing there. He was saying it's hard to sell hot soup in the summer. And I thought, oh, too bad, because I had come from across town, really, because they're on the east side. I live on the west side of town, to get the hot soup. And the guy, there was this great guy there, which also makes, I have to tell you, when I see people who are smiling, I feel like my life is better. He was smiling. He was just explaining about how they had gone from selling a large amount of the hot soup to where it was getting to where they were only selling, looked to me like about a gallon, and when he did it, the amount with his hands. And I thought, and anyway, he was just like smiling, and I could feel his great energy, and I was smiling. I wasn't mad that they didn't have soup. I just was, letting him know I had come intentionally to buy it. And he reached in the cooler. So they were selling the soups, but they were selling them in pints, but they were cool. So you could take them home and then heat them up. And he just said, hey, here's one on me. So, I mean, I'm always happy to engage with people. And my point is to say that when I see the good, it can really alter my moments, my life. Like I was feeling these other feelings, and then when I sat and watched that bird, then I was able to see the good. And sometimes I might have to do that on purpose. Like I can't really. I may be on a stream of thoughts that could be kind of like like maybe not so much negative, but just like, I might be rolling things through my mind and through my emotions that are, just sort of going like, oh, like I told you, like, oh, what if people saw that video and la 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 and all these things. Well, none of that I don't believe that train of conversation in my mind is making me really happy. In fact, it's sort of tearing me down because I'm feeling stressed and worried, and all that. So I love the idea of stopping that and then seeing the good, and seeing the good on purpose. So that's what I have to share today. I hope you like this channel. If you do, I'm going to be having a webinar in about, I think, probably 2 weeks or so, where I might have a panelist and we'll choose a really great topic, and then we can all talk about, some positive things. But if you like this channel, please like and subscribe, hit the notification button bell so you'll know like when a new video is posted. And definitely, if you feel like checking out some of the business ventures that I'm involved with, look at my other channel. It's called Living Metaphysically. You can't miss it. Just one word. And I just, support you to take a few minutes and look for the good in your life. Peace out.